Hello, welcome back to Sil-Q with our stealthy singer smithy stabber guy. We're down here on 600 feet. We did okay at the start of the last video. We were progressing pretty well through the dungeon, and then once we started to turn more heavily into being a stealthy guy, things were a bit rough for a while there, but we managed to find a forge and get ourselves a bunch of stealth gear smithed, which has helped out considerably. The +6 that we got from all of our gear is equivalent to several thousand experience, which we've managed to save by smithing that instead. So we're at a pretty good level of stealth and song at the moment, but we can always improve. So what we want to do is just continue down the dungeon and find some more. Oh, there's a shadow right there. Find some more forges and try and get some artifacts going. Well, we are right next to the stairs, so we may as well try and fight this guy. Let's see if we can not wake up all those werewolves. And archers. He's kicking our ass. Let's get ready to run away. Okay, we got him. You guys are asleep, right? Yep. Let's actually just sit here and let our health regenerate a little bit. But yeah, now that we've got our song going, we can put enemies back to sleep if we stab them and they don't die. Another shadow. Okay, let's the greatsword worked out pretty well last time, let's try that again. Okay, let's run away, he's killing us. Oh dear. The Easterlings. Okay, got him. It would be really nice to get a final rest weapon for the undead that we can't put to sleep. Oh, we can't disarm that. We can use our Staff of Freedom. Yeah, cool. Oh, what? Another one. What is with this level? What depth these guys? 650. Well, I guess we're about that depth. That makes sense then. We might want to just dive past the depth at which these guys spawn if we're having so much trouble with them. Hopefully there's not any more of those guys. Is that another one? What the hell? That's like 4 this level. Anyway, you can see that aside from these undead enemies that cannot be put to sleep and cannot be critically hit, well actually these guys are only resistant, we're having a pretty easy time with the other enemies on this level. So we're not doing too badly on this character. Well, that guy's still awake. Let's see if we can get him back to sleep. And I really would like to check out the center of this room because it looks like there's something special. 1700. Let's actually get leaping and sprinting. Just so we can run away from things. We don't need to carry the boots of leaping in that case. Ring Growlcar. He's not asleep. But we should be okay now. Yeah, we can put these guys to sleep now. A bunch of cats, which is a good enemy for us. They're very high evasion and low health, but they also have low will, which means that we can put them to sleep pretty easily. The Shadow Spider, I think we can also one-hit. No, not quite actually. New Staff of Sanctity. I don't think we really need a Staff of Sanctity. We've already got one anyway. Constitution, piercing arrows, sure, we'll pick those up. That could be useful if we run into a grotesque or something. Recharging, let's recharge our understanding. Okay, we're out of charges on that. What else we got? Greaves, another Lantern of True Sight, we can refuel. That's about it, I think. Gillen. He probably won't die to a stab. Well, he has 87 health. How much damage are we doing typically? We can test on these cat guys. We're doing about 38, 32, 31. So we're doing around 30 damage per stab from the looks of it. Let's see, can we kill him? We can probably kill him in 3 stabs. If he hits us though, that's 5d9 damage, which could also crit, so it could do more than our max health. I think we should just leave him be. And any extra experience, I think we're just going to dump into smithing. So the next thing that we want to smith probably is a set of gloves that will help us do more smithing. We want jeweler, we want expertise, that'll cost us 500 experience, and we need to have 15 smithing in order to make those. So we need 1 more point, and we need to keep 500 spare. You asleep? You're unwary. Is that another shadow? It is. I feel like we've encountered way more of these than I usually run into. Okay, got him. Okay, we do not really want to fight things because it does make noise. That guy didn't get one shot. New staff. Let's just try and use it. Imprisonment, I think. Yep. You are awake. Let's put you to sleep. Vigilant Eye. That's probably better than regen for when we don't need regen. I would still like to carry that amulet. We can drop all these torches probably. That'll clear up some space. I won't drop all of them just in case we, for some reason, get in a really bad situation and have no fuel available on our lantern. Did we pick up... In a light we did. There was a troll left over here. Let's kill him. Put you to sleep. More smithing. A whole bunch of whites. We can't put these guys to sleep, so let's just leave them. And we need to check this door as well. And yeah, we're just making our way through the level, stabbing everything. Hopefully finding some good loot. We do already have the melee stuff. Got that. We probably do want some more stealth abilities. We don't have disguise. And we don't have exchange places. Both of those are nice to grab. And we will eventually want woven themes. So there's a few things that we still have to work towards. But we're doing okay for the moment. Oh yeah, there's Gillum. Let's leave him alone. I wonder if we just leave this level. There's not that much more to explore. Let's just leave. New potion. You can just quaff ID that. Potion of Dex. You are awake. Let's put you to sleep. Probably should stand next to walls when we're doing that so that he has less of a bonus on his perception roll. Oh, really? Well, I guess we are on their native depth. I'm tempted to just dive past this floor as well, just so we don't run into those guys so much. Ooh, Delthar. He has 14 will, 7 perception, 80 health. Well, we probably can put him to sleep, I would say. But we don't want to kill him, I don't think. Yeah, okay. If he... well, we do have a Ring of Frost, actually. Let's try this. Let's sing Lorien, which is going to reduce... well, actually, first of all, let's put on the regen. Get up to full song. Something is coming. Let's get rid of this guy. Ah, there's Gillum again. Okay, he's fleeing, that's fine. New potion. Potion of Voice, very nice. Anyway, let's try and kill Delthar if we can. If all of these enemies will give me some peace. Crap, he's awake. And he's not falling asleep. Okay. Before we get more sidetracked, let's go back over here. Maybe we want a couple more points in stealth. Yeah, so before we fight him, let's actually... he shouldn't wake up, right? Even if we're right next to him. He's got 7 perception, we have 24. Yeah, there's no way he's waking up. Let's get back to full song. Let's sing Lorien, which is going to reduce our stealth a little bit, and stab him. We got a big crit, but it didn't kill him. Now we run away. See if we can put him to sleep again. Okay, he's unwary. And sleeping. Okay. He looks like he has regenerated basically all of the damage that we did to him, so I don't think that is going to work out. Let's see. Let's just continue exploring. Kind of want to identify that potion that we've got. Let's just use the staff. It was clarity. And let's use recharging on our understanding stuff. Short Sword of Nargothrond. Well, that's pretty good for fighting these guys, right? We can hang on to that. Let's drop our other short sword. Okay, new stuff. What staves have we not identified yet? Light, treasures, something, a whole bunch of stuff. We haven't identified, what's it called? Summoning. So we should try and use this near some stairs, just in case it is that. Light. We will hang on to that actually. Let's see, we've got a web here, and I don't have any free action, so I don't really want to step onto that. See if we can make our way around from the other entrance into that room. It's usually worth checking out these maze-ish areas. In the center there'll be a difficult monster and some good loot. These guys are all awake. That's fine, we can put them to sleep because we've got our big song. Still does take a while to put the high will enemies to sleep. Good, free action, we probably want to wear that. We do want to keep the Venom's End as well though. And first cave troll I think we've seen. Let's see if we can one-hit this guy. Nope. That's fine, we'll just put him to sleep. He has pretty low will, I think. Yeah, only 4, so they're quite easy to put to sleep. Hey, Enchanted Forge. Well, what can we do with that? Let's see. That will give us +3 to our smithing, I believe. We do have Artifice, so I was planning to make those gloves, but it'd be a waste to make them here at this Enchanted Forge. What could we do instead? We could do a robe with stealth and song on it. +21 for +3. So if we got up to 18 smithing, we could make that at the Enchanted Forge. Almost. Do we need True Sight? I guess we've already got a Lantern of True Sight. Maybe we don't need to carry the potions. Is that enough for 18 smithing? Not quite. Okay, let's explore the rest of this level. Hopefully get up to 18. And then make ourselves an artifact robe. If we don't get up to 18, we can just use it for something else. So what do we need? We need about 300 more experience. Yeah, let's just waste the fuel, that's fine. We do have free action now, maybe it's worth stepping on this to summon a spider. Let's sing before we step onto it. Run away. He becomes unwary, he's asleep, good. We do want to carry dexterity, let's clear out some room. I don't think we need Herbs of Rage actually. Well, I think we've explored most of the level and I don't think we're quite there. No, just a little bit off. Hopefully Gillum is still on the level. Actually, this guy should give us enough, I think. Let's see. He moves slowly and he can corrode, so we should be able to... Okay, good, he died anyway. That is enough experience. Cool. Let's just go back and do that right now. Actually, I should probably... Because we're going to leave the level. We don't really need a flask of oil, that's fine. Okay, close these doors. Unfortunately, we are right next to a staircase. It is possible for something to come down the stairs. But yeah, let's artifice, skills, stealth, song, stealth, song +3. Yep, there we go, that's exactly what I was talking about. Go back up the stairs, please. Thank you. Okay, cool. Now we've got ourselves a nice robe. So our song is now up to +22, pretty good. And I think we should just move down from this level now. But yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna... Oh wait, they had one more use on it, didn't it? What, can I even make anything? What would I make? I don't think there's anything I want to make. We could make some mithril gauntlets. Of might, maybe? Is that useful? Let's have a think before we leave the level. Because there is still, yeah, one use. Maybe a helm. Helm of True Sight. Mithril Helm of True Sight, maybe. That would be nice. Mithril Helm of Grace. Even better. Let's do that. Helm, Mithril Helm, Grace. We can't improve it. But let's see, we can get more protection and a little bit lower weight. I think that's good. Let's go with that. And there we go, got ourselves a Helm of Grace, which is nice. That's more song. It does reduce your grace by 1 when you, or reduces any of your stats when you make a stat boosting item with grace. Because we start with Lembas as an elf, we can just eat some Lembas and that will restore our grace, so that works out really well. I don't know if we need to really carry all the mithril still. I guess we will, in case we run into more forges and we want to make more mithril stuff. Okay, now we can head down. So what are we at now? +23 on our singing. Kemen Rauko, he is resistant to critical hits. but not immune, so we can probably take this guy out. How much will does he have? 14, a little bit more than the Ring Rauko. We do have a shovel, good. I was going to say we don't necessarily want to kill him. Let's run away, he stunned us. Don't necessarily want to kill him in a corridor. Because he can then block the corridor. Let's wait for the stun to go away actually. Oh, there's another one. Make sure we can run away. Oh, we've got clarity. Let's just quaff the clarity. Okay, never mind. He's a bit too tanky. We'll just leave him there. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to step on that web if we want to get through. Which should be fine. Spiders tend to have lowish will. And there were some spectres over here which we don't want to mess with. Oh. Cat unique. Now I think this guy has low will as well, right? Yeah, only 8. And only 30 health, so we can probably just one hit him. Hopefully. Nice, killed him. Can we disarm that? No, I don't know if we want to bother exploring that room then. Looks like there's probably not a forge on this level, so maybe we should just move on. You're asleep, are you? Yep. We'll explore over on the east side of the level very quickly. I don't think there is a forge. I feel like we would have seen it by now if there was one. Is that? No, it's just a spy. I thought it might have been a unique. Actually, no, that is unique. That's Olfang, right? Olfang the Black. Yeah, we definitely want to kill him. The only tricky thing is that there is this spectre in the room. It is resistant to critical hits, but not immune. So we could probably kill him. Hopefully we can. If we can't kill that guy, it might not be worth... Okay, we didn't kill him. Okay, but he isn't very perceptive. He became unwary right away. Actually, maybe that's because he's in the wall. Because it's not like his perception is terrible. Okay, these guys all woke up. I think they're all asleep, yep. Cool, managed to kill Olfang. Why not? Let's use the special arrow. Mithril Corselet of Venom's End. Well, we've already got our artifact robe for our body armor. We'll check out this room because it looks like a special room. There is a cat assassin. It's important that you have true sight for these guys because they are very difficult to see. But fortunately he only has 5 will, so he's very easy to put to sleep. Okay, we've got a silent watcher in the middle. We're not going to be able to kill this guy because he can't be critically hit. He shouldn't see us though. I think our stealth is high enough. How much experience do we get for the trolls? Still a bit. Let's swap over to regen because we've taken some damage. A lot of damage actually. Let's run away. Maybe forget about that troll. Oh, the Spectre. Let's just leave this level actually. Nice, Amulet of Grace. Puts us up to 24 and also helps out our smithing. We might want to carry another free action. Let's drop the torches. Drop the dagger actually as well. We're not going to be using that anymore, I don't think. Yeah, I doubt there's a forge on this level. What is that guy? Oath Wraith. Okay, there is a forge on this level. Hopefully there's nothing too scary in it and we can clear it out. If the forge has some really scary monsters in there, we might not be able to actually take them out, in which case we'll just leave and look for another forge. We've got plenty of experience. Maybe we should start doing this. So we've got our stealth abilities, we can actually run away now. Did we identify summoning? Not yet, let's just use it here. Revelations, that's pretty good. That'll let us find forges much more quickly. First vampire. These guys have 11 will, so not the worst, but also not fantastic. Is that a greater werewolf? Greater werewolf. Only one. He only has 14 d4 health, so not super high. We can probably one-shot him. Nope. Not quite. Two-shot. Okay, let's just check these adjacent rooms. Something's kicking down a lot of doors. Okay, so 3 uses. Let's just make those gloves that we wanted to make. So we want jeweler, expertise. And that's it. Greaves of Nogrod. I don't think we want those. I should probably actually check this room, because there seem to be a lot of enemies coming from this way. Let's check this staff as well. Didn't do anything, presumably it's something for enemies. Let's just identify it actually. Yeah, slumber. I guess we can hang on to that. That might help put stuff to sleep in addition to our song. Okay, we got our gloves. Our pack is overflowing. What can we drop? Let's drop what? Maybe freedom. Yeah, let's go with that. So expertise will allow us to make smithing items without having to pay the associated cost, which is useful if we're making any stat increasing items. Or anything that grants us abilities usually costs experience to craft, but with these it won't. And jeweler just lets us make jewelry. But that's the only forge on this level we know for sure, because we have revelations. Let's just check out this room down here, because it looks like it might be a special room. And then we'll move on. We don't need true sight actually. Ooh, these are better boots than ours. Extra +1 stealth, that's pretty nice. Okay, so let's see. Is this guy asleep? He is asleep. These guys don't have very high health. 8d4. So they're pretty good for stealth kills. Okay, that door is stuck. I don't really want to bash it down. Let's see if we can go around the other way. Kemen Rauko. We could exchange places with him because we picked up that stealth skill, but that will wake him up. And we don't yet have enough song that we can immediately put him back to sleep. Here's our first Uru Rauko. They also have very low health. So if you manage to get the stealth attack in on them, they go down pretty easily. Let's run away from this guy. He can terrify us, which is fine, I think. Another Kemen Rauko and a Greater Werewolf. 2 Greater Werewolves. Maybe we should improve our melee or our stealth a little bit more. Let's get to 11 stealth. If we get to 11 stealth, we can then buy dexterity. That's probably worthwhile, right? Okay, everything is awake. That Oathwraith is also awake. We can't put him to sleep, so we're just going to run away. I don't know if it's worth shutting the doors. Probably. If we shut enough doors between us and him, he'll forget about us. Let's actually swap out the piercing arrows. Oops, that's the wrong one. Swap out our piercing arrows for these +3 arrows, in case we do need to shoot things. I'm still singing Delvings every now and then, even though we've mapped the whole level, because it can still pick up traps. I would like to make room for this potion of healing. I think we can probably drop Vigilant Eye. I think our perception is high enough to see invisible. We've got the Brass Lantern of True Sight anyway. Okay, I think that's enough for this level. Make our way down, use our revelations. No forges. Maybe we should just head down immediately. Or have a little bit of a look around, but we won't stick around for super long. I love seeing all the exclamation marks from the ridiculous amount of crits that we're getting. That is pretty nice. Honestly, the main draw of playing a stabber. We should make room for the herb of healing as well. I think we're doing okay on song, so maybe we don't need the slumber. Ooh. Cold Drake. He can entrance us, which is very dangerous, and he has a pretty hefty melee attack. So at this level of song, he's got 13 will. I don't think it's worth fighting him. What's he standing on? Short sword. Well, there's another one in here in our path. And he's actually in front of a potion of healing. Okay, maybe we do try fighting this guy. We get both free action rings on. Preemptively sing Lorien. Yeah, he did about half of our health. I don't think we're going to get past him, as we are currently. Oh, I guess we could have used the Nargothrond. Let's try with the Nargothrond, actually. Okay, that did work out. Back to Cuervienen. And we should be able to kill these guys pretty easily, right? Let's not fight another dragon though, if we can avoid it. Oh, first Spider of Gorgoroth. 18d4 health. We might not one-hit this guy. Close to it though. Well, this guy is very dangerous for this character. If he gets in between us and away off the level, we are stuck. In fact, we might want to think about how we deal with that guy. We could get Puncture. That only costs us 5 points of archery, and then 1 ability. So how much experience was that? 2,000 experience to get Puncture. If we run into one of those guys again, that might be worth it. But we know where he is, and we can hopefully avoid getting trapped by him on the level. Blessed Realm is Grace but better, so let's definitely pick that up. That'll also improve our light radius by 1. So this level is pretty open. I'm not too worried about getting trapped by the lurking horror, or whatever it's called, the grotesque. Let's just double check that he's not right behind us though. Is this Turkano? If you see like a lot of different types of Raukar enemies all hanging out, there's a chance that it could be that unique. Didn't look like it though. I think the Grotesque is staying where he was, which is good. Okay, the Wraith we don't want to wake up. Let's get another point of dexterity. We have the experience for it. These trolls are quite dangerous. I don't think we'll try fighting these guys just yet. Can definitely kill a Uru Rauko though. Again, very low health. Shadow Cloak was nothing too special. Here's our first actual vampire. So it has a little bit more will, still pretty low health though. So it should be easy enough once we get him to sleep. A new herb, so that's good to identify. We can just quaff that, that's going to be Asgalduin. Worth it for the experience of identifying it. Let's see. Smithing, we can get another point of grace. Let's do that. I think we might just head down. Yeah, let's just head down. There was nothing else that we really wanted to check out. Oh, maybe that room up there. That usually has good stuff, those sorts of rooms. So yeah, we'll check out that room, then we'll leave. You're asleep? Yep. Potion of Grace we definitely want to pick up. We don't have room for it. Let's drop the light since we've got a Blessed Realm amulet now. I'm not so worried about our light. There is a Wraith in here who is not going to be able to get put to sleep. Just a Black and Dew longbow, which is actually not anything that we're interested in. That'll make us vulnerable to fire. Eh. Less loot than I was expecting. Okay, there's a downstairs over here. Oh, shaft actually. I don't think I want to take a shaft. Our minimum depth is at 650, which is completely fine. Okay, we didn't kill that guy. I guess we will... we don't have to take a shaft, we can just run around him. Okay, down to 850. Aha, another grotesque. Let's just bite the bullet. I really don't want to get soft locked. And now that we've got puncture, we can actually kill this guy. Which is pretty nice. Bit of extra experience. Did we lose? I was going to say, did we lose Dahlia from killing him, but it was just trapped in the rubble. We do have revelations, so maybe I should just use that. Yeah, why not actually? Any forge? No forge. Okay, we won't hang around too long on this level then. We kind of dodged past that werewolf just then. That was kind of funny. First darting horror we've seen. These guys have pretty high perception, I think. 14. But they are low health. We don't really need a potion of voice actually. Oops, he wasn't asleep. I'm glad that we have enough perception to actually see the cat assassins, because those guys can be pretty dangerous when you're not aware that they're there. There is a young fire drake. We do have a ring of frost. We could try and fight this guy. 16 will, 9 perception. Probably better to just leave him be. What do we want to make next, actually? What are we doing for smithing? So we've already got our... Oh, that's right, we want to make jewelry. So we made those gloves, jeweler expertise. What would be good would be to make an amulet. And then stick a couple of song abilities on that. So we want Song of Freedom and Song of Silence would be nice. Skill bonuses, we can also put a song bonus on that. So that would be 20 for +2. How about if we also put stealth on it? 29. I think I'd rather have +2 song. We've already got enough smithing to make that. He won't wake up. Yeah, we have enough stealth that we can just walk past him. Let's run away from this guy. Glaive of Gowron. I think that has tunneling on it. We can probably drop our greatsword as well. We want to carry a big weapon for cutting out a Sil. So this has sharpness and tunneling. So that's perfect. That'll be really good for cutting a Sil out. And we don't need to carry our shovel anymore. Let's quickly check out this area, because this is again a special room. Oops. Let's run away from these guys. We want some distance before we start singing, because if they hit us, they're gonna hurt. That wraith is awake. Let's make our way down the nearest stair. Unless he manages to lose sight of us, which is possible. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe not. Okay, let's just go down. Revelations. We do have a forge. We've got 2 forges. This is definitely something really bad though, like Gothmog's Hole or something like that. So we might have to just skip out on those forges. We'll go check it out though. A lot of rubble on this level. $4,000 experience. Let's see. We could pick up Listen from the perception tree. I don't know if we really need Listen. We could also get Grace. That's a good idea, actually. We're going to want lots of perception if we get focused attack, which would be good to get. Here's our first big serpent. These guys have a lot of protection, but not much health, so hopefully... Is this guy awake? Don't want to fight him if that guy's awake. He is unwary. Hopefully we can just one-shot this guy. Yep, we can. Cool. I think I will buy Grace. And because we've got so much perception now, it would be good to get focused attack, which will give a bonus to our melee if we wait the previous turn. I guess we can leave that flask of oil for later. Okay, let's see what we get. I think we're going to have to kill these guys to get in here. Let's just sing Lorien continuously so that we don't have to waste a turn starting it up again. It is reducing our stealth by a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, 2 potions of con, that's pretty good. It should say in our notes when we enter whatever this place is, because I'm sure it's a special... Yeah, there we go, the Chambers of Thu. Okay, well let's have a look. Thu, in this instance, is referring to Sauron. He has 20 perception, 24 will, and is never found asleep. Okay, so I think we're probably not going to be able to access both forges. Let's see, I would imagine that Sauron is in this room. Let's be in stealth mode to be extra careful. Oh, we don't need restoration really. We can drop that. Oh, you're not asleep. Let's not dig out that rubble, because that rubble was cancelling our noise in that direction. Okay, so yeah, we can access one forge. We have Valak, 19 will, 12 perception. Let's see if we can put him to sleep. Good. He's on top of a ring. A ruby ring of free action. Now we've got 3 closed doors in between us and him. Hopefully that's enough to prevent him from waking up. Okay, so let's make our... Excuse me, let's make our amulet. So we want bonus to song. We want freedom. Actually, let's get silence and woven themes. That's probably more immediately useful. We can pick up Song of Freedom for the Ascent later. Let's name it. So, silence, woven themes, song +2. Hang on, we need one more smithing. Let's go get a little bit extra experience from somewhere. Or was that less expensive with freedom? Let's just double check that actually before I run off and go about the level. Freedom, silence, song. Okay, it's less expensive with freedom and silence. Let's just pick up those 2 abilities instead then. Okay. Freedom, silence, song, +2. And let's name it. Very good, nothing woke up. Now we do lose 1 light from that, which is unfortunate, but probably not a huge deal. I guess we can just use the fuel right now. So now our song is at 27, which I suppose would be enough to put Sauron to sleep. He had 24 will, but I still don't want to mess around with him. So we should save up for woven themes actually, which we have enough for. So we've got Lorien and we've got Song of Silence from our amulet now. And now we can do woven themes. So woven themes will allow you to sing 2 songs at once, with the second one just using half of your song score instead of the full amount. Which means that we can sing both songs and then put things to sleep much more easily. So what silence does is it will reduce enemies' perception by half of your song score. So when we're singing it as part of woven themes, it's reducing enemies' perception by 1/4 of our song, which is what, 6? Reduce their perception by 6. So that's pretty good. That's a... well, maybe the Nargothrond is better. I was going to say that's a nice short sword. Okay, that's why the Nargothrond was glowing. We are definitely not going to be fighting this guy. Let's sing silence just in... Actually, we've got freedom now. We don't have to disarm traps the regular way. The reason we put freedom on the amulet is because we will want it for the ascent. If Morgoth gets in our way and starts locking doors, we need freedom to unlock them. I guess we could kill a Silent Watcher if we really wanted to, with the archery ability that we picked up. Probably not worth it though, because he'll be causing a lot of noise. Another Staff of Understanding, I probably will pick that up. Let's just drop our Mithril Gauntlets, I think. Great Fire Drake. Mithril Longsword of Doriath, a couple of cloaks. Cloak of the Golden Flower. Nothing too exciting. Another Staff of Understanding there, but 2 is plenty. That guy does a lot of damage still. Let's not fight those trolls then. Artifact Dagger. Improves stealth by 2. And has Drain Life. That is probably pretty good. I do like the +1 from Kuevienen and the light though. Maybe let's just try it against the trolls and see how it works out. Still pretty dangerous to fight them. I don't think I'll use it. A lot of understanding staves on this level. And looks like we might be able to get into this area from the back. Let's keep Lorien and Silence up. Okay, there's Sauron. So he has 20 perception, being reduced by half of our song at the moment, so he's only got 7 perception, so it should be impossible for him to notice us. Although I will close the door. Let's stand here for a little bit. Is he asleep? Still awake. Okay, I don't think I want to mess with him. Where does this one lead? Recharging, we can recharge Revelations, I suppose. Okay, that's just a Silent Watcher, and nothing else really. I will have a peek in this room. Pretty much everything is asleep except for Sauron, I think. Anyway. That sounds like a recipe for disaster if we actually go in there, so let's not. I think it's time to leave this level. Okay, let's find, let's say, one more forge, and then we'll stop there. No forge on this level. Let's explore a little bit, and then we'll just head up. Oops, run right into that guy. Yeah, I think we'll just head up. Don't think there's much worth checking out on this level. I guess this maze room over here we should probably have a look at. How are we doing? What's the next thing we want to smith? So, let's see, we've got +3 stealth song on our robe, +2 stealth, no, just song on our amulet. We could do with another cloak. How about we do a cloak? Stealth, song. How about free action as well? $19, what about without free action? Just stealth and song, we can get +2 if we have one more smithing. So let's aim for that. Oh yeah, we wanted to pick up focused attack. That'll add half of our perception to our melee attack if we pass the turn before we attack. Probably don't need to carry as Galduin. Let's sink Freedom to get rid of these traps. That's a nice dagger, +1, 1d6. Probably better for stabbing than our current one. Let's see. We got plenty of potions, let's just eat the Herb of Healing. Try out this dagger for a bit. The extra 1 damage side is pretty significant with the amount of crits that we're getting. Although I will wear Quervianen for just regular exploring because it has the better light on it. He's already... no, he's not. Just stationary. So let's try out the... yeah, 16d6. That's pretty nice. That's significantly higher damage than 16d5. Didn't quite manage to take out the Ancient Serpent. But that's fine. We just put him to sleep and try again. Okay, nothing in that special room. So let's find an upstairs and look for another forge. I kind of want to try and conserve the charges on our Revelation staff because it will be very useful for the Ascent. On the other hand, it does save us time now, so what the hell, let's just do it. Okay, no forge, let's just head down. Okay, there's a few Urauka. I wonder if this is that unique. Nope, just a pack of them. Let's swap over to the Poison Dagger for this guy. And I suppose I will check out this room over here before we head back down. Oh, I keep on forgetting to wait. I should be waiting before I attack, now that we've got focused attack. Door is stuck, but we can actually unlock that with Freedom now. Constitution +1. Not gonna wear it, but that's cool. So if we wait before we attack, we now have 15 plus 29, whatever that is, plus half of our perception is plus 53 to hit on our stealth attack, which is really nice. Oh yeah, look at all those exclamation marks. I believe that is Draglin. I think we can kill him. Yeah, nice. +2 stealth on that, but we plan to upgrade our cloak. Plus we've already got +2 stealth on our current cloak. Let's see, I think we should be able to kill these trolls now. I'll keep the song up just in case. Yeah, okay, so he didn't quite die. Nice. Looks like there is a darkness monster in this room. Let's swap over to the light. And I guess we'll just head down the stairs, look for another forge. Okay, what do we got? No forge. Let's look around a little bit and then we'll come back up. How about we just walk over to the right side of the level and walk up that stair. Anything we find along the way is fair game. I believe this is the first ancient spider. No, we've encountered a couple. Still on a brass lantern, which I guess is fine because we're also getting true sight from it. But it would have been nice to find a Feanorian lamp by now. No forge. Let's just head down right away. We have a chest here, that's kind of nice. That looks like the spider special area, so we should probably go check that out. Let's just sing freedom to unlock the chest. Okay, well we haven't found a forge, but we have found a special room, so let's see if we can poke our heads into, I think this is Ungoliant's lair. Poke our heads in here and just see how we go. We haven't got a message about it though. Oh yeah, we did. Entered Ungoliant's lair, okay. Let's actually have a look at Ungoliant, just to make sure we're not walking to our death. So she is a spider. She has 24 will, 8 perception, is often found asleep. So pretty high will, but pretty low perception. Shouldn't be any difficulty to avoid her. We're getting a lot of experience for killing all these spiders, which is nice. Oh, that guy actually survived. Okay, so she must be in that central area. Let's actually wait a little bit for our song to come back a bit. Yep, she's probably right next to us. Unfortunately, we can't see the loot on the ground because she has a pretty intense darkness aura. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see in there, are we? We don't have any light available. I guess we could pick up Song of the Trees. No, we can't. We have to pick up something else for that. That's too much experience. Alright, we'll leave Ungoliant be. It would have been nice to catch sight of her for the experience, but whatever. We'll probably run into her again in the throne room. Okay. Back up the stair. And I think we'll finish up here for now. So this has been going a lot more smoothly now that we've actually got our stealth and our song pretty high up there as opposed to in the first video. But yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.